Today I'm going to show you 3 common mistakes that most beginners make when seeding in spring and what you could do to avoid them.
Okay.
Mistake number 1, seeding either too early or too late in the spring. This is a mistake that I made when I was a beginner. As soon as springtime hit, I got way too excited early in the season and I started seeding when it was still cold outside. So long story short, it took over a month for my seeds to sprout, and I kid you not guys, from the time that I seeded to germination, it rained at least 10 different times, which essentially just washed away all my seeds. So in order for us not to make this mistake again, including myself, I wanted to bring my good friend Bruce here on the channel. He's been working with grass seed for over 40 years to tell us exactly when is the best time to plant grass in the spring.
Well, thanks, George. Thanks for having me. Want grass seed to actually grow this spring? Then stop guessing and start checking your soil temperature. It's not the air temperature that counts, it's the soil temperature that's going to trigger germination. Cool season grasses won't sprout until soil is warm enough, no matter how sunny it is. Most of the cool season species like tall fescue, Kentucky bluegrass, perennial ryegrass, and fine fescue start their germination sometime between 60 and 68 degrees. That's the sweet spot.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Bruce. The first thing we need to do is check our soil temperature. So the easiest way to check the temperature of our soil is to use one of these cheap meat thermometers. You can get them on Amazon if you don't already have one. What we're gonna do is insert this probe into the ground about 2 inches. And you can see that our soil temperature is 56 degrees now, which means it's approaching that 60-degree mark that Bruce was talking about. So we're gonna go ahead and get our seed down today. All right, hold up. So you don't want to seed too early in the spring, but you also don't want to seed too late in the spring either. There's a very small window to get this right if you want to be successful. So here's the problem. Summertime shows up fast and it does not like to play well with baby grass seed. And the only way that our grass is going to survive the summertime heat is if it has enough time to grow strong, deep roots before the hot weather gets here. That means now, while the temps are just right, it's go time. We got to get that seed down on the ground ASAP. The second mistake is seeding with the wrong type of grass. Now, over the years, I've seeded with every cool season grass that there is: perennial ryegrass, tall fescue, Kentucky bluegrass, fine fescue. And through my experience, the only one that has been able to survive the summer being planted in the spring was tall fescue. So some of you guys might remember, if you guys are fans of the channel, back in 2021, we seeded this boulevard strip with perennial ryegrass and Kentucky bluegrass. We did it in the springtime, and I kid you not, by the time summertime ended, 80% of this was completely fried up. So don't make the same mistake that I made seeding those grasses in the spring. My recommendation is, if you're dead set on seeding in the springtime, use tall fescue. Hey Bruce, can you tell us why tall fescue is the best seed to seed in the spring?
Looking for the perfect spring turf grass? Tall fescue is your answer. With deep roots for excellent drought tolerance, tall fescue outperforms when it counts. That's June, July, and August. It germinates faster than Kentucky bluegrass, and it's more disease resistant than perennial ryegrass. It gives you a head start and a healthier lawn in the springtime.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Bruce. So today we're going to be seeding with the hottest tall fescue blend on the market right now. It's called Artemis. If any of you guys are in any of the Facebook groups or on Reddit, everyone's talking about this stuff right now. And this seed got on my radar because one of the most famous lawns on Instagram, Holy Pool's lawn, uses 100% Artemis seed. And his lawn looks so good, it almost doesn't look real. And by the way, shout out to Heritage. They're the ones that are behind the Artemis seed that we're using. They're sponsoring this segment of the video. Actually, they're one of the biggest seed distributors in the United States, so we're super thankful to be working with them. And guys, I'm actually really excited to use this seed because it contains something that no other grass seed on the market contains. It's called a plant growth stimulant, or what the professionals call it, a PGS. And a plant growth stimulant is essentially a chemical compound that's added to the seeds that helps boost germination time, which is very helpful for us right now. You guys can tell the sun is out, it's starting to get hot outside. Right now in the springtime, we need our seeds to sprout as fast as possible, and that plant growth stimulant is going to give us an edge when it comes to establishing those deep roots before the hot weather gets here. If you've been researching how to seed your lawn, I could pretty much bet that you ran into the trend of people online pre-germinating their grass seed with buckets like these. This is a process that involves you taking your seeds, soaking them in water all the way to the point where they start sprouting, and then immediately putting them on your lawn. I actually don't recommend that you pre-germinate your seed because seed is expensive, let's just face it. And if you pre-germinate it for too long on accident, you could completely ruin your batch. But with the plant growth stimulant that's already built into the seed, you could skip all those science experiments and potentially losing money and know that your seed is already supercharged and ready to sprout quickly. Hey Bruce, would you mind telling us a little bit more about the Artemis grass seed?
Our Artemis blend is a 4-way mix with the latest generation varieties, all National Turfgrass Evaluation Program tested, latest generation, selected for high summer performance. You get brown patch and gray leaf spot resistance, drought and wear tolerance. It does great in shady areas also. We treat every seed with Gravity SL PGS. It's our powerful germination stimulant, so those seeds jump out of the ground even in cold soils as low as 60 degrees.
Thanks Bruce. Let's throw down some grass seeds. Mistake number 3, not watering enough. When it comes to growing new grass, watering is everything. And try not to get soaked like I am right now. Because if your new baby seed dries out even one time, it could start dying off. Alright guys, I'm going to be real with you right now and let you know about the worst mistake I ever made in my lawn care journey. Back in 2020, we did a full renovation on this lawn. Things were going good, or so I thought. We had a lot of germination, but as the season progressed and I started seeing the grass come up, I backed off the water and then I got really lazy at watering and essentially just stopped a month later. And fast forward to the following season, I had a bunch of bare spots all over my lawn because my grass started drying up from the lack of water. And it literally took me a whole year of fertilizing and reseeding my lawn in order for it to fill in completely and actually look presentable. So Bruce, can you tell us a little bit about watering and how often we should do it?
You've got one shot. Water is going to make or break this seeding project.
Here the key is water lightly and water often. We're talking 3 to 5 times a day depending on the weather and depending on your soil type. Just enough water to keep the top ½ inch damp and moist. Think frequent misting, not flooding your lawn. Need to keep up that light frequent watering until you've mowed the lawn 1 to 2 times. That's usually going to be around 30 days. The second part of watering is once we get that lawn established after 30 days, we got to get deep root development. It's time to train your grass to search for water. Now we gradually switch from light frequent shallow watering to deep infrequent watering. Start once daily, then switch to 1 to 2 times per week, 4 to 6 inches deep. This builds strong, drought-tolerant roots. The roots will actually follow the moisture down as deep as you water, and that's going to build a great root system to tolerate the summer months of June, July, and August.
I want to thank Bruce for jumping on this video, and if you're interested in knowing how to seed your lawn step by step, then click this video right here. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to do it in the easiest way possible. And with that, this is George from Princess Cut. Peace.